Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It seems like it's the season of the Ukrainian drones, the 28th of February 2023. It's been a very busy day for both Russians and Ukrainians. Well, the Ukrainians were at the delivering side of the situation, and the Russians were at the receiving side of the equation. It seems like the Ukrainians are capable of hitting inside Russia at will using drones. And today we had, with this one that I'm going to report in this video, four attacks. Well, what happened? If you're not aware with the other three, I made 3 videos today. One was in St. Petersburg. It was a drone or an UFO, whatever it was, unidentified flying object, and the Russians closed the airspace over there over St. Petersburg for about 7 hours. Fighter jets were scrambled, and that's one. The other one, the Ukrainians managed to send a drone near Moscow, about 50 miles southeast of Moscow, and the other one was an attack on a oil refinery somewhere about around Azov Sea, actually not Azov Sea, Black Sea by Sochi. Again, you have to cross Crimean Peninsula and so on. And this one right here is kind of, this is by Azov Sea, and this is a military airfield that was attacked by the Ukrainians. They must have flown something, I don't know yet, I didn't read the article, I'm going to read it with you. They must have flown something across the occupied territories, or the ones that Russia annexed already, over Mariupol, which again the Ukrainians attacked yesterday and the day before for a few times, hitting some fuel tanks and something like that, and then went over the Azov Sea and hit this airfield. So let's read this article. I have also maps so we can see what the hell we're talking about here. This article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine. It is from the 28th of February 2023. Explosions near airfield in Russia's Yeysk. Now Yeysk, let's see where Yeysk is. I'm going to start with this map. This is Yeysk. This is the Azov Sea. This is the Crimean Peninsula. This is Mariupol right here. And down here is the Black Sea. Now I will use also a bigger map that you will understand where the military operation occurs right here. So this is Ukraine, and everything you see here in this different color, this is where the Russians are right now. Then you see you have here, this is the corner where they hit Yeysk. This is Mariupol right here. So the Ukraine must have flown from here something, from this area, over here, over Mariupol, and right here Yeysk. That's one. What happened today, it's right here, Novi. It says Murat Kumpilov, head of the Republic of Adygea, reported an unidentified drone has crashed down. The Russian Defense Ministry said that the Ukrainian side attempted to use drones to attack civilian infrastructure. The units of the Russian electronic warfare forces suppressed the UAVs, and this is the one with the refinery. A drone was detected near the oil depot of Tuapse, where a fire broke out. The Russian Defense Ministry said that the Ukrainian side attempted to use drones to attack civilian infrastructure. Units of the Russian electronic warfare forces suppressed the UAVs. Well, I saw the destruction on this one, so I don't think so. Here you have Sochi, right here, right here. So scary for the Russians, I would say. Again, what we'll see it now is right here on this little corner, across from Mariupol. You remember Mariupol, Azovstal? So this is it on this corner, right there. Somewhere here there's an airfield. Right, now this is it. I don't know if they show me anything here. where they destroyed today. No, they don't show me. All right, now let's go back to the other map so we know where it's at. Here, this is the where it was attacked. And let's go to the article. Several explosions followed by visible pillars of smoke were audible next to an airfield in Yeysk in Russia's Krasnodar region. Local telegram channel News Yeysk reported on February 28th. Yeysk regional governor Roman Bublich subsequently claimed that the military tactical exercises are being conducted in the region. Yeah, I think so. They look like. Well, anyway, but you can be sure, you know, if this is a picture from there, it's another picture from somewhere else. I mean, how can I identify that this is what these guys say it is? I can't. But anyway, we're going to find out in about 3 days. Yeysk is located 70 kilometers, that's about 50 miles, across the Sea of Azov from Mariupol, which I said right here. Mariupol right here, this is 50 kilometers. So if it's 50 kilometers and there are Ukrainians shot from somewhere here, so it must be about 150 kilometers at least, so about 80, 90 miles, 90 miles about, minimum. All right, so which is currently occupied by Russian forces, Mariupol. On February 28th, a series of incidents and explosions took place in several Russian regions, seemingly related to drone threats. In Russia's Belgorod Oblast near the Ukrainian border, 3 unidentified UAVs crashed. So these are talking about Belgorod right here. Belgorod right here. Let's see what the Russians say. Belgorod governor reported that wreckage of 3 Ukrainian drones were found in the city. There were no casualties, but there was damage. In some places, windows were broken. In others, cars were slightly damaged. So finally, these guys match whatever they say now. Okay, that's good news. So they're lying together, but one is reporting that they hit something, the other one's not. Anyway, another incident was reported in another Russian town, Tuapse, in Krasnodar region. 2 unknown drones exploded at an oil depot there on February 28, causing a large fire at the facility. That's the one that I showed here, and Tuapse right here by Sochi. And in St. Petersburg, an emergency plan called Kovyor, Russian for carpet, was activated in the morning due to an unknown object being detected in the airspace above the city. Airports in the city were closed to civilian aircraft for several hours. So this is what they say here. They didn't mention the other one, which was way up by Moscow, which was, as I said, about 50 kilometers from southeast of Moscow. So, if the Ukrainians can penetrate the Russian airspace with this kind of impunity, this is embarrassing and scary for the Russian citizens. Embarrassing because I expected them to have enough, defense systems positioned in areas, especially over there around the front, that nothing can cross over. But maybe they don't have them, or they're not as efficient, or both. I don't know. It's just embarrassing, I would say, especially the ones that succeeded in going so close to Moscow. This one, the one about 50 miles southeast of Moscow, was the closest a missile or a whatever that was, the SUV, traveled from the front, which is about, I don't know, like 400 miles or something. It was another attempt by the Ukrainians to hit, I think, Moscow. They was going straight towards Moscow, but fell, supposedly hit some trees flying at low altitude, and just collapsed somewhere near a forest. And it collapsed about 150 kilometers, about 90 miles, west of, kind of like southwest of Moscow. That was coming from, I was about to say Vietnam, Jesus Christ, from Ukraine to Moscow, and somehow it fell. The Ukrainians were successful in hitting those military airfield before. The one that is important is or was Engels 2 air base, where the Russians have those bombers and the nuclear bombers, tactical. That was dangerous, but anyway, they succeeded in hitting it about what, almost 500 miles inside Russia. That was surprising again for various, obviously, reasons. That the Ukrainians were able to send it that way, yeah, with the help of others, but nevertheless, the Russians were incapable of detecting it or shooting down those drones when they approached the military airfield. How comfortable can you be that, yeah, they're not going to send anything here? Now they know, including Moscow. They know that the Ukrainians will eventually hit Moscow. I'm pretty sure they want, even if that falls, even this is considered a victory. Being able to hit 50 kilometers of Moscow, that's a victory right there. Because at least for me, a guy from outside, it looks very, as I said, embarrassing. What do you mean? So these guys can do it, and they will do it. They will do it. All right. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.